Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to another edition of Airy Sky Readley's video. I'm Airy Sky. I'm trying to figure out why we have a lagging issue. It's got to be the server. That's all I can say. Computer is fine. Anywho, let's just get down to brass tacks. So I got a story for you. So yesterday, I get up. And I'm ready to roll. I'm literally ready to roll. And friends called me and stuff happened. And I go to town to the bank and I say, okay, I get some cash back. And I was going to give a $50 bill to the taxi company. And what happens with the taxi company? You're going to love this. Taxi company picks me up after the fact that Chloe calls me and tells me on the radio that the taxi is parked there at the ferry terminal without me in the car. That was the first thing that pissed her off. And then she turns around and what happens? She gets very angry, right? So then the driver, she's angry as hell and saying I turned her in because I said, oh yeah, so I get picked up. She doesn't say much. Drops me off at the bank and says, I don't know. She drops me off at the bank. She waits. All of a sudden, there's 9 calls. Everyone wants a ride. Well, $50 bills on the line. I also had a $100 bill. Guess what happened there? I'll tell you. I get Chloe and I are gonna go to King's. That's the grocery store for a couple minutes for Irish cream. I get 3 bottles of Bailey's equivalent. It's called Dugan's. So, no problem. Sounds great. Yeah, woo, right? Anyways, we leave it at that, right? So, anyways, I get home with that. So, we're waiting, and the wind's whipping up, and it's whipping up, and it's really whipping up, and no taxi. Driver's busy. So, finally, I get home, or about halfway home, and I get a call, and the lady's saying, oh, yes, she's going to come back to King's. I said, I don't want to go to King's. She says, really? I said, look, first of all, you had a $50 bill. Then you had a $100 bill you could have earned. Right. Instead, what do? You screw me over by basically picking up 9 people that are on vouchers. And the lady says to me, well, really, you mean more to us than any. You keep it going, right? Without you, our business, we wouldn't have taxi service for other low-income hobos. That's the way she put it, right? It wasn't for me because I'm the one that billing is always saying, when Rita calls, you just take care of it, right? Well, so the driver's all pissed. I don't know why Rita's on disability, why Rita's flaunting money, right? So what happens? Okay. So I go and I drink and I get up and 1 bottle done. I go to sleep. Chloe got me picked up some burgers. Then the next day, a couple hours later, I get up. Chloe's on her way back to this little place. Nice little house, by the way. I checked out it today. Great little place. What happened? Yes, my adventure. I'll tell you about prepping in a minute. This is going to coincide. Tori goes in with prepping. Then, yesterday, Chloe wants all these orders, right? Then she's all panicked and paranoid, worried about stockpiling 9 months of food with 1 whole check. Wow! So she tries her damnedest to cancel. Well, isn't that amazing? You want to cancel because you want money. Yeah. And then it has a spending problem. Literally has a spending problem. I'll tell you that today, okay? About today. So I drink my Irish cream, and I'm going back and forth. 2 bottles down, 1's left. Okay, 1 is fully left, right? So I decided to sleep. So I get up this morning at 3, take a shower, clean up. I get up. I'm a little hungry, so Chloe's like, do I really need to get you? And that, right? So this morning, I get up at 3. I'm thinking, okay, this is my adventure. I'm going on an adventure. I'm taking the ferry. I'm going off island. I'm going to get some Irish cream. Irish cream, mind you. Lo and behold, a prepper's tool that I keep in case. Yes. And if you're wondering, yeah, I'll get to the cream. Yeah. It's not bad, but it's not great, right? So they only sell two. They sell Bailey's, $40 for a fifth. Not a fifth, a half gallon. Chloe's like, oh, here it is. I'm like, Then I asked the lady about the equivalent. She said, oh, right. I went to Costco today. And that's my adventure prepping, right? I gotta tell you how that went. Now, you guys are wondering, why am I saying interesting? Well, so I get to the ferry terminal this morning in Anacortes and I grab a breakfast. I get on the bus and I'm talking to a guy. And this guy's talking about he has the seniority of seniorities, talking about bus driving and stuff. And he 40 years he drove for King County Metro. Sweetest guy in the world, right? Sweetest guy, all right. He said they have different bus depots. I didn't know. I thought it was one main hub, but nope, too many buses. So we get off and we work our way to Costco. We get to this place and we're like half hour early, 40 minutes early. So I go in to get some coffee, which, by the way, it's called Woods Coffee. Before you sit there and say Woods Coffee, yeah, it's called Woods Coffee. I don't know what it is, but did I leave it in the shopping cart? No, it's anyways Woods Coffee. Okay, they ground it up for me, right? Then I walked into Costco, right? I finally went in there. I had to make sure because they were like, tell me this and that and this and that. And you have to have a card. So I go in there and this lady looks at me and she takes a picture and I joked with her. So your guys' cards are like, I said, so you guys have move up in the real world, jokingly because, I had a card, but it wasn't that good of a card, right? So she and I joked, so she wanted to redo my cards and give us new, better cards that had a color photo on it. Okay, so I get this color photo. Wow. So I was like, wow, right? So we get done. I walk through the store. Every aisle I go down, I'm just lollygagging, right? There's like 50 people, right? Discounted for anything, right? It's what we call the prepper's paradise, right? So I go and I'm minding my own business. I'm thinking, okay, that's great. So we're walking around and Chloe cannot believe the price of hamburger. She's like, oh my God, I can get a whole bunch of hamburger if I was back home. That's what she said. Now you make meals. Well, her schedule currently is 90 days plus 6 months at another place. Now they all provide meals, and they're just like until you get into your own place, right? It's good, easy peasy. So I finally go down, and I'm walking, and everyone is stopping me. They're like, I'm overwhelmed in a Costco because it's been 6 years, Dinky. I went to one with you guys in Oregon, and this lady's like, oh yes. So we were talking about Oregon ones. I said, yeah, I've been to Hillsboro one, Forest Grove one, and the lady was nice. Said I've also been to the Everett one, the Linwood one, and the Woodinville one, but those are over the years. Well, I'm in this Burlington one, and I'm like overwhelmed, right? I'm overwhelmed. I'm just like looking around. Chloe, of course, she's like smelling those wonderful hot dogs. And she's like, I want a hot dog. And I was like, you're going to have a hot dog when we leave, all right? Before we leave, right? So I'm excited. So I go in there. And I ordered some more coolers, by the way. So 2 will be in Chloe's possession all times empty. And the other 2 will be in my thing. So when we rotate them, Chloe will fill them up. I was telling a friend of mine this, right? So I'm in this Costco store. And I like Irish cream, right? Yeah. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, $12.99. This is gonna be really good. I can't complain, right? $12.99, right? My friend is probably gonna watch this video and laugh her ass off. $12.99. I'm like, yeah, this is not bad for $12.99. It comes in this little plastic bottle. And Chloe is sitting there, and she's like, well, at least you get something, right? So I get home, and I take a nap. Well, so as I'm going through Costco, I find $3.97 for 14 bratwursts. They're not cheese bratwursts, but you know what? 2 pounds of brats. 14 of them. You're paying $8 on the island for fucking 8. For $5. $8 for 5 of them. So I load up my coolers. I gotta wipe down the water in it. So what happened? So I'm walking around, and Chloe, she's like sitting there, and I got 2 bottles of this, right? Well, funny story. Okay, let's just go forward for the rest of the prepping info, right? So I get home. You know, I had a couple beers on the ferry and a couple hot dogs, and my friends, they all know, okay, Rita's gonna take a nap. So I do. I was pissed because the taxi driver didn't pick me up. The dispatch said, oh, the boat's late, right? Boat came in on time. It was like 2 minutes late. 2 minutes. So what happens? Anyways, I push the cart up when I get home. First thing I do is I change. And I'm climbing into bed, right? So I get up, and I'm thinking, Irish country cream. Okay, this is going to be great, you know. Then I look closely. What the? I'm wearing my other glasses so I can see better. Product of the USA. So they're calling it an Irish country cream. Product of the USA. Oh, this is not going to be good. Not going to be good. I look closely. Wine cocktail. Now I'm thinking to myself, you know, Zoe got me into Dugan's, okay? I love Zoe dearly, right? Kirkland Signature Irish Country Cream. Wow, great name. Wine cocktail. Country cream wine cocktails. A rich, smooth blend of fresh dairy cream. And premium grape wine. No wonder why it's $12.99. Actually, I got it for $10.99. Velvety caramel chocolatey notes combined with a creamy balanced finish. This wine cocktail is best enjoyed straight, chilled over ice with coffee and your favorite cocktail, right? Yeah, so it says right here, contains milk and soy. So they put soy in this, right? It says, produced and bottled by Patrick Piper and Sons, Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Pewaukee's. So I tell Chloe the joke on the radio. I said, it's a wine cream. So I do some research before I open this. And sure enough, right? So sure enough, I'm thinking to myself, right? Yeah, if you're a poor minister, right? I'm a poor minister. And if you are so poor, right, it's $15.99 or higher for a fifth of Irish cream. The reason for it is they use 1% Irish whiskey in it, right? Well, grape wine had to be turned into cognac and brandy, so there could be a brandy wine too, but no one knows. I'm just saying it's a wine cocktail. So as a prepper, I picked up a wine cocktail. Now I know if Phil's watching this, which he probably won't. The guy says to me, "Oh, you a gift card or 3." Oh wait, I'm gonna just disappear, right? Anyways, I throw that in there as a joke. So, anyways, because he's always talking about beer and extra food, so I went ahead and ordered 6 or 7 cans of food to sample on Amazon before I go buy bulk. I sample. That's a prepper's tool that I use. But I gotta tell you, this isn't bad for a wine cream. I always thought, you know, they have like someone said, "Oh, do you drink O'Mara's?" Yeah, I've had O'Mara's. I thought O'Mara's was a little weird tasting at the time, but anyway, you know, Chloe's picking up cookies and candy and this, and then sandwich meats, and then bread, and then more bread, and then more sandwich meat, and then this, and then that, and then this. Then she's got this giant box. And I'm standing outside, and this lady comes out of this place she's at, right? This place she's at. Lady said, "You can't hang around here. We're very protective of our people." I looked up this is the house manager. "Nice to meet you. I'm Reverend Rita." She looks at me. "Reverend Rita? Chloe says you never come out of your hole and you never come out of your house." Well, I had to get a Costco card again, because apparently there's some problems, with it. And, Costco card was just a joke, I wanted to go and set up the Costco pickups, and everything. So that's why I went, make sure everything goes smoothly. So then, right. Anyways, they want to take my picture again. They thought the picture I had was crappy. It was not good. So because it's Halloween, they said, "Oh, Santa's gonna be in." So what do they put on the bottom? Kris Kringle. So my last name is Higgins, and Pee Wee and Zoe knows, but it's like, so I got the Santa hat on, and they're like, "Oh, you need now." I'm walking around, people are stopping me, and they're like, "Hey, Santa." Didn't know Santa stopped at Costco, and I'm going, Cole, little kid's like, "You're pulling my dog's ear, Cole." She's running away. The mother would be like, "It's true, Cole, because Santa said you get cold because you're pulling on the poor little doggy's ears." Anyways, so as I'm walking around, Chloe and I were getting our bearings. I mean, literally, she went and she's looking at laptops. "Oh, I need this one." I said, "Why don't we see if we can get Higgins to get on board to see if we can find you a cheaper deal than this?" "Oh, really?" "Yes, maybe I can find the warehouse and put in laptop and then tell Higgins exactly what you want, and he can find it cheaper on Amazon, which would be easier, or some other form of payment, because we pay him for this stuff anyways." Of course, Higgins, "No, can't help because I don't have it." Well, Higgins and I was talking about the Legion Go, as you guys probably are well aware of, and so anyways, I tell Chloe, on the bus, you need to get the rest of your preps done, but you can't basically be lazy. So Chloe, of course, she's like, "Oh, what are you buying?" Well, I bought toilet paper towels again, and I got more coffee coming. This lady was and the funny thing is I'm walking around, right? I have my phone tethered to my tablet. My tablet's on me, and one guy saw me, put something in my bag, and security came up and says, "Are you stealing?" I said, "No, you want to check my bag? I got a book. I got my tablet in here." The guy looks and saw my tablet, the pin. He says, "Where'd you get that?" "Prime deal." I said, "I use this to get my email because it's easier, because on the ferry this morning, my battery didn't even go with the hotspot turned on. 90% of the ferry ride was done by early morning and evening. But then, on the way back, on a crystal clear day, each boat's different. I think the older boats have the range where you can actually whatever. But anyways, on the way back, the radio went dead and this dead. And people are complaining, and I was just sitting there like this and smiling and stuff. But anyways, like I said, Chloe was happy about the price on steak. Got some steak. Yes. I loaded up in bratwurst, and then I told Chloe, I said, "Look, if you're gonna go do a long range trip, you're gonna have to get a bigger cooler, something that's not too expensive on wheels." Well, we got ours at Costco for or at Walmart. It was cheaper because of the price, But anywho, so I just could not believe I was showing some stuff for Chloe, and Chloe, of course, it was really yeah. And Chloe's like, "Well, so Chloe's like, "Ooh, and then she says, "I want a Legion," And I was like, "Yeah, you do want a Legion because, well, they're cool." Higgins said he wants one too. "Oh, I haven't had a new computer." Well, it's an AMD. Higgins is complaining about. Hold on a sec. Higgins is complaining about AMD, right? Yeah, see? Anyways, so he's complaining about good old AMD. Oh, what's an AMD? Well, guess what? Unless you find one that will run perfectly on an Intel processor, this one I can clearly test. And I think they're making out a Legion Go 2. That's why they lowered the price of the first gen. But you know what? I'd gladly get a second gen because these are the most best handheld computers out there. I mean, I had mine with me today, and I was like this, and some guys like, "Hey, where'd you get the extra large jumbo?" I said, "It ain't a Switch. It's a Legion Go," and I said it's more money than a Steam Deck, and people are looking at me going, "And it runs Windows." Yes, so. Anyways, the prepping wasn't bad. I fell in love with going. Higgins was like, "Oh, how much is batteries there?" It's like $15.99 for 40 AA batteries, or I mean, yeah, you get a lot of double or triple A's. Really, you get 48 triples for that price. I mean, their Kirkland brand isn't bad at all. I mean, literally, my neighbor, she's like, oh, my neighbor, she's complaining about stuff, right? So my neighbor messaged me. Yeah, I ran out of butter. Can you get me some? I was like, no. Well, why can't you get me any? Because I don't want to get you any, and it costs money. You want $96 in butter. You want 24 pounds butter. I'm not carrying 24 pounds or 4-pound blocks of butter in my coolers. Well, you can go back there. You got money. You'll have a ferry tickets. So apparently I have money and I'm wealthy. Higgins is probably going to be mad. And so my manager, she calls me and she asks me what's going on. I don't know. I'm at Costco. Look at this. Gold medal, 94 points. Beverage Tasting Institute. The Beverage Tasting Institute. Wow. So they give it a 94 for this Irish cream out of Wisconsin, out of Pewaukee. No, yeah, Pewaukee, yeah. Yeah, can you believe that? So it's like, yeah, so I'm like sitting there, right? Half gallon of this stuff, right? For $12, actually, and it's $12.99 is what it's going for, but it's $10.99. And I thought, yeah, okay, so I got home today and I went to take a nap. I get up. What happens? Yeah, wine. Yeah. Wine, grape wine with. I'm thinking to myself, dude. So apparently they had to make it a wine base because back in the day they had real Irish cream, but they had to get rid of the real Irish cream ones because a lot of states weren't letting them sell it. It was considered hard liquor back then, so they came up with their thing where they could sell wine, and when they sell wine, well. And so I was thinking to myself, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I can tell my friend this is a great substitute than Dugan's wine cocktail. It had to be too good to be true. Actually, it tastes pretty good. I mean, I ain't complaining. I mean, look at this. I'm not complaining because it's the consistency ain't bad. You know? It's just it'll take me. I think what it is it's gonna take me a lot longer to drink this stuff than it is anything else. But still, I was like, but. So I gotta get Moppy out again. So as I was looking around, I looked at a lot of different at Costco. No portable TVs. I was like, no portable TVs. Nope. You can go to Amazon Prime. I asked about certain things. They're like, what? You're the prepper that wants to prep for the fallout. I said, damn straight. Yeah. So yeah, but and then I went then yeah, I mean literally, and because people are getting paid today and paid yesterday and paid tomorrow. Costco was 10 o'clock packed full. I said, how the fuck does I mean, we got there like 10, and I mean literally it was packed and packed. Well, this lady, she was very nice. She so I'm sitting there, and my neighbor keeps texting me, and like, Hey, Rita, you get the butter? Negative. Hey, Rita, did you get the butter? Negative. Hey, Rita, did you get me my stuff? I finally said to them, look, if you're going to want me to do crap, then I'm going. So apparently I got an email. Do you want to set up the where's my whatever, right? And I was like, yeah. So yeah, but anywho, so I got this email. They're like, do you pay your bill for the radios? Yeah, I mean, Chloe, one of us has to. Chloe won't pay for anything. There's a story by itself. So she's buying cookies and candy and sandwiches. Sandwich means bread and more bread and more bread and more bread. And she says, hey, Rita, how come you don't buy all this? And I got this manager, right? This manager guiding me around the store. First time, great store, great customer service. I looked and I said, you gotta be real, right? Real. One lady's like, oh, your hair is so beautiful. Is that, did you color it? And I'm like, no, I didn't color it. I let it go like this. I said, everyone call. I said, my best friend's basically making me get gray hair. Lady looked at me. Oh, so it's so gorgeous. Anyways, close. She's like, oh, look, right? Going up and down the aisles. I'm walking down the aisles going, wow, salami in the bulk, pepperoni in the bulk. All this stuff. And she's like salami, and she's like, I'll make right. But anyway, she gets back to this place nearby. And the lady and I are talking, and she goes in for a second and comes back out. She goes, Chloe, before you go, Chloe's like, yeah, we got an hour or so before we leave, right? Lady says, Chloe, you overloaded the fridge. Chloe says, hey, you said I can buy snacks, and if you guys are providing meals like with cheese, I'm just going to eat this stuff. Lady says, you have a Costco card? Chloe says, yeah. You really do. Chloe says, got it through Rita. She says, with a Costco card, you can bring up to 2 people. Most of us don't have a Costco card because it's too much of a hassle. Well, I sat there and said, well, I think it just paid for itself, thinking, yeah, I saved some money. $12, or actually it was $10.99. I'm thinking, yeah, $65 for the membership card. I just saved a boatload of money, right? But I did because the salami, the bratwurst went down in price from $7 to $3.97. So like $7.97 or $8.97 to $3.97. So I just bought every one I can, and they had so many. Let me tell you, you can go into a store like that, okay? And I'm gonna make a joke here, okay? Higgins, he's like, oh, I went into the store the other day. You went into the store the other day, and anyways, I bought up all the better cheddars. That's Higgins, right? It would take you probably several $100s to go through stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of bratwurst. You'd have to fill your entire freezer. They had enough to fill my entire freezer of brats alone. And these people are sitting there grabbing it. And one guy said, oh, how many are you getting? I said, I'm going to get 4 packs for right now, but I ended up getting 8. But I couldn't pass the price. And then one lady's like, 8's not bad. Yeah, 8 of 14 brats per package for $3.97. Dude. Chloe's like you. Chloe and I were like, look, we can literally live on protein prep, and we won't have to worry about money. Think about it. And I was really surprised. Battery prices, wow. The prepping prices, wow. Steak, yeah. If you steak's like 3/4 the price off if you get steak, but the hamburger was really good. They had this. We were looking at a hamburger, and Chloe says, I can make some meals out of it. I said, yeah, so can I. You can make them all into patties, throw them in the damn freezer, and then bake them out and make burgers out of them. They're already you already pre-wrapped them. And she said, I can make homemade Salisbury steak. Yeah. All you do is you buy the hamburger. She says, yeah. you get the breadcrumbs, which you have. You make homemade Salisbury steak that way, and then you have a whole bunch, right? I said, you literally live on homemade Salisbury steak and gravy. Oh my God. Chloe's like, that's a good idea. You pre-make all the patties, freeze them. When you want it, you just pull them out and cook them. I said it'd be the best course of action you can have with a chest freezer. So Chloe's like, so I go and I get a couple things of hamburger and then I put ice on it. You're going to have to limit your space because of it. But yeah, I said, most of this stuff, see, Costco will ship certain grocery items to you, but you're paying a lot more at shipping because it's fresh meat. So, but telling you yeah. So anyway, so I mean, I went down every aisle, Chloe and I, she's like, oh, look, grains, Higgins is like, oh, get your 5 gallons of oatmeal. If I want 5 gallons of oatmeal, I'll just go buy an oatmeal bucket that's on Amazon. It's cheaper than buying, Costco had a deal on oatmeal, yeah, but I mean, I like raw oatmeal myself. I'll open up the can and just eat it dry because, well, it's simple and it's healthy, oats is healthy, it's a healthy grain. Helps, and people say, oh, and, they say it's, you only want hot oatmeal during snowstorm stuff. So, cream of wheat, I had a bit of that too a long time ago, but I'm telling you, cream of rice, cream of wheat, and there's cream of something else. There's like 3 of them. Cream of rye. I'm joking. I don't know if they did cream of rye, but cream of sourdough. Okay. Anyway, so Chloe fell in love with the pricing there. I mean, she said it'd be a fool not to. She said to me, it would be a fool not to have a membership card and to go and get groceries this way. I mean, she couldn't believe where she's sitting there and she's like pricing out. She said, Rita, with what we both bought today, we made our money back plus some. Well, as I was walking back right home today, this manager stopped me. He's a dick. So I see you're running up the hill. What did you buy? More groceries and then this person comes out and they have this loaded shopping cart, right? And he's complaining, the prices are so high here. And, and I said, hey, buddy, do you live here? And he says, yes. I said, do you get off island much? He said, no. I said, why don't you basically make a run to Costco? Do not tell my customers how to go. And the guy said, really? I said, yeah. I said, I opened up my cooler and I said, look at all these bratwursts. He says, they're charging $8 plus off sale for Johnsonville. I said, it cost me $3.97, asshole. Talking to the manager. He looked at me. I said, I don't know about the Irish cream job because I didn't know it said wine cocktail. It says right there, wine. It says right there under the thing, wine cocktail. And if you look in the back here, it says wine cocktail. So I was like, do I want to try this? Okay, this looks good. And then I find out, very good. Well, anyways. So the guy turns around and, yeah. So he turns around and I get done with Costco. And Chloe walks out with like $60 and she does the math. She says, this will feed me, Rita, for over 3 weeks. 3 weeks right there. Because, it's her sandwiches and her snackies and she got some candies. And I looked at her and I said, oh my God. I said, these prices, you can't shop anywhere else. You just got to get off island. She says, you get those coolers order. I'll take care of it. Okay. So we got 2 coolers have been ordered. Yeah, as a prepper, the cooler will come in handy. Yeah, 2 coolers. So we'll swap them out. But I am so happy. Now, you asked me, I know my friends who got me into, Zoe got me into the Dugans, she's watching this. She's going to probably message me eventually. How is that wine cocktail? Tastes more like an Irish cream substitute for poor people. I mean, literally, sometimes you got to ask yourself, you may You may limit yourself from a half-gallon bottle, but this bottle will be drinking down in the next couple of days. The problem is is it worth it? Yeah, it's got wine in it, but is it worth it? Yeah, it is worth it. Is it tasty? Yeah, it is tasty. I mean, literally, it's a great, great, great day. Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, it's got the consistency of an Irish cream. Smells like an Irish cream, and it tastes like an Irish cream. The only difference is they're using wine, which a wine blend with cream. Yeah. So to me, it's not bad. I mean, most of the one lady was telling me about this. She says, "Hey, you know how many bottles we sell of that?" And I said, "No." She said, "A lot." She says, "Yeah," and she was talking about it being a Bailey's equivalent, but cheaper. And of course, I said that's one reason why I came here because, I said I drink Irish cream all the time, and yet I said, she's like, well, you drink enough of it, you'll basically screw up. She says you could probably inhale half the bottle, or you know, half the bottle one night and be feeling pretty damn good, and then next half bottle the next night. And I thought to myself, I'll be the judge of it. Well, I had a couple beers, tonight on the ferry. I went to this place and we had like 45 minutes, so I had a beer. Then got on the bus and went from the bus depot to this one place, and then from this one place, Moppy scooted. He literally busted the brakes, and Moppy's just sliding, and the driver's like this, and the driver looks and says, "Oh, hey, doggy," and I'm like, I looked down because it popped off the thing, and he just slid. I ran up. I'm so sorry, sir. No worries. Is that I hit the brake so fast that I've never seen that before. The dog just skid. He says the floor is not meant for doggies, and he just went. And I was like sitting there, and then I looked over and I saw him sliding. I was like, "Oh crap!" And the door's closed anyway. And the bus driver looked, and he looks down. And he said, "Hey, doggy." And I got after he stopped the brakes, we got to stop. I said, "I'm so sorry, sir." He said, "Don't worry about it. It's my fault." He said, "That dog slid." He's like, he says, "I've never seen that before, And I was like, yeah, it was funny, But yeah, so then we had a different driver. This one driver, I get in, and I said, "Hey, you might want to call the depot and let them know that the little seating area, there's glass everywhere. So worry about baby." And she says, "Oh, no problem. Is he a service dog?" It's okay. So we get to this thing, and then from there we went over to this little house with Chloe. That nice little place, by the way, not far. And I could not believe it's like a 7-minute walk to the bus depot. And this one guy's like, "So anyway," he's on the phone talking, and I met the house manager at both houses. There's a women's house and a men's house. The men's house was great. The women's house was great. The lady, they found out Chloe at Costco holder, and they're like, "Oh, do you think, Rita, we can have Chloe go with us, Costco?" "Yeah, as long as you make sure you give me some more of my Irish cream, I don't mind." They're like, "Oh, she's not drinking." No. And then I find out it's a wine, Irish cream wine. He was just probably laughing his ass off. Irish cream with wine. I'm not going to even talk to Higgins. I got work. Higgins, you got a spreadsheet project to do, and we got to talk about laptops and desktops. Well, I saw laptop, desktop, and the Legion Go. We got to compare it and figure out what to get Chloe. Now, Chloe, of course, I was on the bus on the way back talking about, "Oh, your backpack, you need potassium iodide tablets, water, some protein bars." Which, by the way, Higgins says, "Oh, how much is spam there?" $23.99 for 8 cans of spam, or spam less sodium. That's what they had. Oh, and if you ask for corned beef, they give you actual raw corned beef. That's the other thing. I was like, "Oh, where's the corned beef?" And the lady said, "Right here." I said, "No, canned." They're like, "We don't have canned corned beef." So you guys don't have canned corned beef, but you don't have you have fresh corned beef. Yeah, I'm like looking at it, right? It's like $2.99 a pound. I'm thinking to myself, Chloe. And then Chloe's like, "Look at this, Rita." And I look at this, right? Smoked turkey. I sat there and I was like, Chloe, I think we got smoked turkey coming up for this, and then they had smoked ham on sale too. I was looking at all of this. I was like a little kid in the candy store. And then one of my favorite things. Hold on, I need to grab my tablet for a second. I need to check on something at Costco's warehouse. The corned beef's bothering me. Okay. So the corned beef. There we go. Dude, I don't want to know about Retravis radios. We'll get to those in a second. Higgins would get off his butt. Oh, yes. They're like, we have Retravis radio. Okay, so I got this Costco app, right? You go into warehouse. And anyways, I'll tell you the other items I bought. Hey, look, Gorilla Sheds. This guy tried to tell me he wanted to sell me a shed. And I'm like, dude, I'm not interested in a tool shed. Anyways. So it says right there, right? $4.99 a pound for corned beef. That's what I was looking at. And it's a USDA corned beef. And I was looking at that and I said to Chloe, that looks good. And Chloe says, yes, it does. And then I said, the turkey looked good, because I was telling Chloe that smoked turkey looked great. And Chloe said to me, do you want me to get it? Because Easter's coming. And I said, Easter's not coming. Oh, look at this. Look at this. $4.99 for turkey breast. I always thought turkey breast was processed. Yeah, turkey breast. There it is. Kirkland Signature Whole Smoked Turkey, $3.79 a pound. I was looking at that and I was telling Chloe. I said to Chloe, doesn't that freaking look good? And Chloe said, yeah. Oh, and then I got to tell you the story because I know Zoe's always curious about pricing. I got bacon. Got bacon for $13.99 for 4 pounds. 4 pounds. 4 pounds. Zoe's probably sitting there watching on the other and going, you old poop. Couldn't believe I was like a little kid in the cannon. Then finally asked this lady, where the hell is this? And she said to me, oh, you must be new here. Yes, ma'am. We don't get tourists. I said, I'm from the islands. She said, really? I said, yeah. Went around the corner and there it is. I was like, oh, the holy grail. What am I doing? I'll take one of these extra sharp, one of these sharp, one of these pepper jacks, one of these. Next thing you know, I was walking out here, right? My bill was a little higher than usual. Phil, then I said I need ice. And they're like, we don't sell ice. You don't sell ice. So Chloe runs while we had 25 minutes wait for the bus. She runs over to the AM/PM and she's like, hey, got me $5 for ice. Really? Well, anyways, what happened? We ended up filling up the coolers, And Chloe said to me, I said something like, I wish, she's like, I wish we had more storage. So then I told her, Chloe, I said, yeah, right? Chloe's like, I'll have to carry, because Chloe's going back and forth. She's washing clothes, putting clothes away. So her plan is she comes here, she does the laundry, puts her clothes away, rotates out her clothes so she has limited stock, but she's also taking 2 coolers and the other shopping cart. So with me, of course, I was like, this is great, because as a prepper, I was like in heaven today. I was looking around and Chloe said, hey, where's the soups? She saw the soups and she's like, they don't have these soups. I was like, yeah, they didn't. Yeah. But Chloe on the other end, yeah. And then Chloe's sitting there and the lady looked at Chloe and the lady said, look, Chloe, You can prep all you want. And Rita's, your old room, that's fine and dandy, but you have to get on the ferry to go get your foods. Visit Rita, and Chloe said, well, I do laundry and stuff anyways. Yeah, you could do that. Fortunately, I was like, wine. It's too good to be true. I guess being a poor person now, I can say I'm so damn poor. I'm drinking this Irish cream substitute with wine, wine cocktail. Funny as heck. I'm waiting for Higgins to be like, "You served her right." Mm-hmm. Anyway, so and then they said they had Doritos available. I couldn't find any Doritos because well, it's Halloween, so all the Doritos are sold out, and then no one wanted the cheddar chips. So I was like, I'll grab a bag of cheddar chips. Ruffles, they have these extra large bags of Ruffles, and Chloe got herself a giant jar of salsa, and she says, "Damn, these prices are cheaper than the grocery store." Grocery store sells these small ones. She was like seeing giant tubs of salsa like this, and she's like, "Oh, ha, 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 woo!" And then I finally looked at Chloe and said, "Look, Chloe," and I said, "I'll be going home." And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "Now," I said, "You have Costco card." Yeah, I have a Costco card. Yeah, you have a Costco card. So apparently they tally up everything you buy for 12 months, and I'm telling you, if you paid in, you bought your if you pay your membership card paid for it. So okay. So I asked the lady, can I re up it whenever I want? She said, yeah, you can re up it 6 months from now or tomorrow. So I could just keep stacking on memberships and not worry. So like for 10 years I could have it. And yeah, so she's like, cool. I was like, great. But I'm telling you, it was really good. As a prepper, it was amazing. Amazing as amazing can be, yeah. And my dog, he's just like, I'm going to bed. So I'm going to probably log off soon. But Costco is a prepping tool that's, I never even thought of it. I always thought Costco was overpriced. But I mean, literally, when you look at the price of food, right? Let me tell you this. Now you got a robust economy, okay? A robust economy. Now you got people like the beautiful Zoe. Oh, Rita, I don't want to go. And I'm being funny here, okay? Everyone wants a cheaper economy. Really? Maybe they need a membership at the Sam's Club. I mean, if you had a Sam's Club membership or a Costco membership, you can make your life a lot easier than bitching about a robust, crappy economy. Because think about it. I mean, literally, every store I go to, Safeway, $8.99 minimum for bacon, $15.99 here on the island. Zoe was telling me, back when she was living here, she couldn't literally afford bacon. Well, maybe that's because of different reasons. But here, oh my God, man, bacon's cheap. I mean, I bacon, which I'm not a big bacon fan. Sausage, couldn't find much in the way of sausage links. Apparently, they don't believe in sausage links. And then Chloe saw the legendary 5-pound sausage chubs of Jimmy Dean and was in love. And what? Jimmy Dean. Yeah. Jimmy Dean. Yeah. And then here's the funny thing. I took these out of my these out of the case. I put them on and I could read everything, all the pricing and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, look at that. $119 for an eye exam. Chloe's trying to get some info on it. Then she finds out the eye exam's covered by her insurance. They do take Medicare and Medicaid, but then I said, how much is the glasses? They said the glasses depends. I said, okay. I said, how about I do this? She said, okay. I give you these glasses frames. You pop out the lenses and put new ones in. The lady said, we could do that. I said, how much for the lenses? The lady says, oh, for you, $79. Turn your old pair into a new pair. So I said, what if I need to make these a pair of lenses? Can I do that? Yeah, and she said, yeah, sure. I mean, literally, I can see it really crystal clear, and these don't have scratch. I mean, the lady looked at me, and she looked at the scratch-resistant coating they put inside the glasses. She said, these are not supposed to frickin' dissolve. She says, I've never seen lenses like this. I said, yeah, well, you know how it is. So, anyways, so tonight's is not bad. Irish country cream made with wine. Waiting for Higgins to message me about that. Actually, I was going to try to call Higgins, but he'll tell me, oh, it's too late. It's too late tonight. Well, I'm going to call it a little turkey in the morning. Tell him to get to work. We got a spreadsheet to do, and we got laptops and desktops to find. I mean, literally, Chloe could have a Legion, but she's like, oh, I want a laptop. Now she wants a laptop. I mean, look. She looked, I mean, she was like a little kid in a candy store. And then I said to her, look, well, you're not getting today. You can go back tomorrow. She's like, or Saturday, or Monday. It was with her. I said, you can get my money's worth out of the card. And she's like, I might get married, do my shopping. And then I said, she says, do you want me to get any of this? You know, to $10.99 on special. It's not bad, but it ain't great. I would say personally, I don't know. I mean, this thing might take me 6 months to drink because it's made of wine. I've never seen someone take fresh cream and mix it with wine. Must be the poor man's version of Irish cream. Anyways, my dad, I'm not drunk, so I can't say I'm drunk, but you should have seen me. I took a nap on the ferry. When he said to me, the dog's eating the hot dog off the floor. And that's his job. He got a free hot dog. Yeah. So, anyways, if you guys need to prep, that's an option. Try Sam's Clubs or Costco. We will be back on course tomorrow with the news and etc. So there you have it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please add and subscribe. Please post comments. Please leave feedback, suggestions. Hit the like and subscribe button. Hold some fun for your family, including your dogs, your cats, your bunnies, your service dogs, your service bunnies. Hit the bell notification, thumbs up button, subscribe. Keep it nice. That's all we ask. Thank you, and God bless you in everything you do.